HTC is kicking off the start of Android phone season. At an event in New York City today, the Taiwan-based company announced its latest flagship Android phone, the HTC One. "We think it's time to shake things up in the smartphone space," Mike Woodward, president of HTC America, announced. "We have decided to come out and reinvent the smartphone." Of course, HTC hasn't completely reinvented what the smartphone looks like. It's still a large rectangle, but according to Woodward, the One is a complete shift for the industry, built around how people use their phones now. "We have re-architected the phone around how generation feed behaves," Woodward said. Woodward and HTC say generation feed is those of us who look down at their phones constantly, staying up to date on news and friends. HTC's Android phones have always been known for their top-of-the-line hardware parts, and the One is no different. The phone is made entirely of aluminum. No small feat, according to Woodward, who said that it took 2 years to make a good all-metal phone. It also has a large 4.7-inch 1080p screen, which is flanked vertically by 2 speaker strips. The phone is fast, too, thanks to its quad-core Snapdragon 600 processor and 2 GB of RAM. Where the One stands out for other Android phones on specs is with its camera. Generation Feed grew up with a camera in their pocket, but the pictures that they take are not always great and they're not always outside, Woodward said. HTC says the new technology should allow you to take much better low-light shots without having to use flash, which often makes for flat, blown-out images. "We got a look at the camera and took this shot without a flash. A shot with the iPhone didn't match it. Nokia has focused on a similar low-light settings with its Lumia 920 PureView camera AVI, but that's again not quite as good." HTC has paired that camera hardware with some new software features. It has livened up its gallery and allows you to take 3-second videos when you take a photo. HTC calls this a sort of video or photo a Zoe. The camera takes 1 second of video right before you hit the shutter button, and then 2 seconds right after, giving you photos that come to life. HTC has always added its own flair to Android with its Sense software. While HTC backed off from tweaking Android too heavily in its previous phones, it has begun to think of Google software entirely differently with the One. The phone is based on the latest version of Android 4.2 or Jelly Bean, but HTC says that the majority of Android users only use one home screen instead of the 3 provided by Google. 80% of Android users use fewer than 3 home screens, says HTC. "We found that widgets and home panels aren't that well understood, so we wanted to simplify that," Woodward said. Called Blink Feed, the home screen on the One is now a grid of news or newsfeed of your social media accounts and news accounts. The HTC One will go on sale for $100 for HTC users who will trade their existing phone in. There's been no mention of the price for how much it'll cost if you're not trading your current phone in. It will go on sale in March of 2013. Anyway, that's the HTC One. If you enjoyed this overview, please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Also, be sure to check out CTN's website at ctntechnews.com. See you next time.